Hey Rock on Beer viewers, the weirdest thing just happened. I just recorded a video, the in the quarantine zone video, if it quarantine, yeah, that's probably it. Video, and I opened my last can of Two Hearted Ale and drank about half of it while rambling. Terribly rambling, and on my way back, I just decided, just on a whim, I'll check the mailbox. I'll check if I've gotten any post, and well, hell, if I didn't get a beer mail from the Big Banana himself, and he sent me one of his clone beers, which was the whole reason that I bought the Two Hearted and brought it back to Europe, was so I could send him some to compare. And now he's gone ahead and he has sent me the same beer, and now I'm halfway done drinking my last can, so I absolutely have to do a side-by-side before I finish. So this has been in my post box. I'm not sure how long. It's been a few days since I checked the post, but it is about 7 degrees Celsius outside, so that's about what my fridge is. So I feel like this is probably cold, and I hope it's been in there for a while for when because the bottle is rock hard. Last time we had some trouble with some carbonation, but I gotta try this. I gotta try it before I finish this up. So we gotta try it now. That is the Big Banana's Half-Hearted Ale, and I don't know if you can read it, but he remade the logo, and it says Bell Ends. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. You can see probably my sticker up there. That's the Bell's logo. That is very creative, very cool. So this is the Half-Hearted IPA, and you can see here's the original. There's with the Bell's logo, and he's got, his fish looks a little more cooked than the original fish. But this is Half-Hearted American IPA, brewed and bottled somewhere you've never been. I like that too. So this is 6.3%, and I believe the original is 7%. Yeah, 7%. Yeah, so I'm just gonna pour this baby out, and let's hope this doesn't just explode in my face. Oh yeah, seems like it's probably been in the post, but it probably was in there overnight at least. All right, let's pour it out here. So I literally just this morning watched the side-by-side review with the ones that I sent him with his homebrewed. Look at that. So this is the commercial on the right. This is the homebrew on the left. And they look, especially on camera, actually to the naked eye too, they look exactly the same. It's really cool. Yeah, this has got that nice orangey glow to it. So does this one. I mean, you can't tell them apart if I were to, just visually. All right. Let's get it. I'm just gonna, yeah, because I've already been drinking on this one. I should have brought some water or something. Okay, yeah. So actually, in my opinion, the homebrew smells a little fresher, and I think it is a little fresher. Can actually get a little bit of the piney, the resiny hops in it. Yeah, can get a little bit of the hops, the hop character still. This Two Hearted, it's mostly malty with a little bit of grapefruit, but a lot of it is a malt character, and then yeah, like a background of grapefruit. Wherein this has a slightly fresher hop smell, and it's much more like orangey rather than grapefruit, a little bit brighter in the citrus. Not as much malt. Doesn't smell as sweet. It smells, actually, there's a bit of dankness to it too. And I get just a little background, yeah, hint of a little bright citrus on it. So, cheers. Thanks so much for sending me this. I remember that you had mentioned that you might try to send me a bottle, and then I totally forgot about it, and I opened mine to drink it. So this is a really cool coincidence that I actually was able to get yours out of the mailbox and drink it before I had finished off the commercial one. So cheers to Big Banana. Thank you very much. I definitely see what you were talking about in your video, that they're not miles apart, but yours definitely has a different taste. Let me just get another. Yeah. All right. There's a big difference in the malt profile. You can definitely tell that they have a similar hoppage to them, because both beers are, well, I'm not 100% sure, but I know that the majority of this one is Centennial. Two Hearted should be all Centennial. That's the commercial example, is all Centennial. So they share some of that Centennial kind of old school grapefruit orange dankiness. I can say that Stevens is a lot lighter bodied. You can tell that this one is a bit more alcohol. It's actually not even that much more alcohol. Yeah, 0.7%. Okay, it's, you know, it's something. So it is, yeah, it's a little bit thinner bodied. And the hop, or the flavor, the maltiness isn't as, this has a much more pronounced maltiness. Yeah, much more pronounced, like biscuity caramel, where in this one, it's much more hop forward, and that just could be an age difference as well. This one has a very distinct orangey flavor though. There's a little bit of a citrus note to it. That's very easy to drink. Yeah, I think that this one, I think that the Big Bananas Half-Hearted is has a much fresher taste. And they are very, it's very easy to identify that they are based on the same beer. Also, I mean, Bell's probably does a lot with their water profile, so I feel like when I taste this, I can immediately think that, oh, those are flavors that are usually affected a lot by the malt profile. Like, this is a lot more bitter. This is much less bitter. It's still got some bitterness, but it's not nearly as aggressively bitter as the original Two Hearted. And then this one also has just a little bit different hop characteristics, even though it's the same hops and close to the same hop malt bill, because, I mean, Two Hearted is supposed to almost be a smash beer in that it's almost all just American two-row and Centennial. And then there's some kind of specialty malt thrown in there just to give it that blush. So the grain bills can't be that far off. I would almost think that, man, if you could somehow get Bell's like water profile, this would be pretty close. I think that this would be pretty close. I don't know what the Big Banana does to his water, if he does any treatments or anything to it. I actually kind of prefer the homebrewed version right now, just because it has a much nicer, like, fruity flavor to it. It reminds me more of the fresher Two Hearted when you get it fresh and there's still a nice fruitiness to it. Two Hearted tends to go through like 2 stages, like early, where it's got a little bit of a nice fruity dankness to it, where it's super fresh, and then it just kind of mellows into a really nice drinking beer like this. And I think that this is like an early stage Two Hearted. But yeah, that is really nice. And then, of course, it's a little bit easier to drink because it's not as bitter. But I really like that. That is fantastic. And, I mean, as you said, do they taste exactly the same? No, not at all. They taste very different. Can you tell that this is from the same pedigree as this? Yes. They have a lot of similarities. But, I mean, probably wouldn't take very much to get this to this. But I don't even know if maybe you don't even want to. I think I commented on Big Banana's video, and I said that I've cloned Two Hearted like 3 or 4 times now, and I've never gotten it quite right. Just like he himself says, he hasn't gotten it quite there. But every time it's a good beer because it's just a nice, solid recipe. Very simple, very solid recipe. And that's what this is. This is a very solid beer. I would have some more of those if you want to. We got to build that pipeline. It's got to build that pipeline between our houses. Yeah, so anyway, you can see, wow, 12 minutes have gone by. All right. You can tell this is one of my favorite beers because I could basically talk endlessly about this beer. So Half-Hearted, Two Hearted, I really love them both. This is a really great homebrewed version, and yeah, thanks so much for sending it. That's incredible. That was an amazing surprise for me to just pop the old mailbox open and see that in there, and then it immediately just like, pooh, oh my god, there's probably a Two Hearted clone in there, and I literally have a Two Hearted in my hand, so we got to open this thing up. There were some other beers in there. I will get to reviewing those as soon as I can. Thank you so much to Steven Big Banana for sending them to me. And thanks so much for watching. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm going to throw that over there and make a big noise. And yeah, cheers.